Alrighty then, let us finish off Lantern Rites. We're going to see Zhongling. I love the movement with the bike. It is insane. Hey, Traveler and Paimon. Hey, Zhongling, what's up? You know what's up. Our get-together, of course. Yes, it's finally time for that meal. Yeah. You are free, right? You're not getting out of this without a very good reason. We're not the ones who held it up. That was Hu Tao. Yeah, tell me about it. She thinks being a director gives her a license to be a flake. It's like, unless there's a sizable crowd coming, it's not worth my time. But don't worry, we've agreed that this time we're not going to accept any more excuses from her. Oh? Who's we? Shincho and I. He said he's been wanting to invite everyone out for a long time, but given the situation with his great-grandfather, he never had time. But amazingly, on the night of the lantern rite, his great-grandfather suddenly woke up. Shincho was thrilled, and he was finally able to leave the house. So we met up right away and made a plan. So his great-grandfather's gonna be okay? Yep, they had a doctor take a look and everything. He'll be just fine. According to Shincho, his great-grandfather has been eating like Paimon since he woke up. So now the family's biggest worry is that he'll get indigestion. Well, that's good news, but somehow it doesn't paint Paimon in the best light. I mean, it's the most honest. You're always talking about wanting food. Don't worry, it definitely does. Your appetite represents an optimistic outlook on life. Always eat to your heart's content, lest your chopsticks wither in regret. Well said, Zhongling. Yeah, that attitude is exactly what got Paimon to where she is today. For real, how come I'm only hearing this for the first time? Yes, for real. Like Zhongling said, always eat to your heart's content and don't let your chopsticks, what was it? Don't worry, save it for dinner table, Paimon. No problem. But where are we going to eat? At Elon Wharf later tonight. Shincho and the others are still out there. Oh, and Hu Tao said that we'll be joined by a special guest. Visit. You'll see when you get there. Oh, Paimon has an idea, but she'll keep it to herself for now. I have an idea too. Huh? Who? I'm keeping it to myself too. I wonder who is the special surprise guest. 1800. Go to Yilong Wharf. It has been a while since I set foot in frickin' Chenyu Vale. And the thing is, I really do like Chenyu Vale.
一番すごい人といえば万象風格霊感だな。なんたって鬼門戦術の創始者なんだから。
If we're talking the strongest, I'd have to pick Wind Reader. After all, he was the founding master of He-Man divination. Hey, he gets my vote too, being my ancestor and everything. Oh, and also the Silver Swallow.
強い人は往々にして爪を隠すもんだ。小説でもそう書かれてるだろ。
In that case, I'd have to nominate the two sages of Lanshan. It's always the ones who live in seclusion and never show their skill who turn out to be the most powerful of all. Well, in the books anyway. What do you think?
確かに武教小説ならね。
If this were a martial arts novel, then I'd agree with you.
竹林月夜を読んでしまうとね。僕は一番強いのはトウと参戦の一人ハックだと思うよ。彼女にはきっと何か秘密がある。
But unfortunately, after reading Moonlit Bamboo Forest, I am convinced that the title should go to the white horse of the three immortals of Taudo. She's gotta be hiding some kind of secret. Huh? Is no one gonna pick the Yunlai Angler? Even though Yu Huang said that her sword fighting style comes from the Yunlai Angler's rod wielding technique. Yeah, so they say. But, I mean, fishing just seems kind of lame in this context. Although it's more common than you might think for anglers to be more than what they seem. Hey, you're all wrong. The greatest of all were obviously Old Man Wu Wang and the Lone Butterfly. Without them, there'd be no Wengsheng funeral parlor today. Hard to argue with that. Oh, everyone's here already. Finally here. Welcome. Hutao, your hat. Well noticed, Paimon. Yes, I added another plum branch. So now you and me have matching plum branches. But anyway, what are you all up to? We're debating who's the best out of the 8 adepts. Well, kind of. An open-ended debate, maybe. We're just shooting the breeze, really. That's right, the only way you could settle a question like this would be with those special goggles they have in light novels, where you can read someone's power level just by looking at them. Has Xingqiu been getting you into light novels? Welcome. My family tells me that you and Hutao performed a very risky ceremony and cured great-grandfather's illness in the process. I cannot thank you enough for your efforts. No matter what kind of trouble you may encounter in the future, you will always find a helping hand at the Fei Yun Commerce Guild. Yeah, I know. My father and brother will thank everyone individually in the coming days.
中で一番すごいのは無謀の翁と名鳥だってこと、おとなしく認めたら？
Why go to all that trouble, Xingqiu? Save yourself the effort and just admit to me, here and now, that the strongest of the 8 adepts are the lone butterfly and the old Wu Wang. Then we'll be square. Come on, enough with the debate already. Everyone's here now, so let's eat. Paimon, you're up. It's time to share your grand philosophy of life with everyone. Okay, one sec. It's like, always eat to your heart's content, lest your... What was the rest again? Lest your chopsticks wither in regret. Oh, right. Yeah, that's it. Oh, Paimon, you can't stumble through a motto you'll live by. It's bad luck. It'll make your life full of stumbling blocks, too. Come on, you can do it one more time, from the top. Always eat to your heart's content, lest your chopsticks wither in regret. That's the spirit. So is it time to eat now? Paimon, did you forget about our special guest? Oh, right, Paimon remembers now. Actually, Paimon guessed who it is already, but, you know, no point in saying it out loud or anything. You don't sound confident. You don't have a clue who it is, do you? Yes, actually, it's obvious who it is. It's, you know, who? Help. Is it Yunjin? Correct, it's our very own Yunjin. So you haven't forgotten what you said last time? Look, she's taking stage. Whoa! Isn't that the director of the Yunhan Opera Troupe? Amazing, I never would have expected to see her all the way out here in Yilong Wharf. Greetings, everyone.
回答祭で聞けなかった友人のために、あの時のような舞台の上というわけには参りませんが、
I will perform the sanctification of Taodo one more time for all my friends who were unable to join the festivities during the Lantern rites. My apologies for not being able to set up a grander stage. That's so nice. She's doing a whole new performance for everyone who couldn't attend last time. Shush! She's about to begin. Every time I hear Yunjin sing, it's freaking funny. I do think that they did have her do her opera in actual Chinese, because it definitely does not sound like any other language. It does have a nice rhythm to it, I have to admit. Only 2 random NPCs. It would have been funny if she drew like a gigantic freaking crowd.
あの日、お前も旅人と共に教会に入るべきだった。
You should have gone with the traveler into the border that
心
day.
配のあまり判断力まで失っていらっしゃるのかしら。旅人に解決できない問題なら私はなおさら役に立たないわ。
I get that you care about their well-being, but the fact is, it wouldn't have helped. I'd have been an extra liability if something went
それ
wrong.
に私を双眼鏡園に使わしたのは行幸よ。さすがに手が回らないわ。
Besides, Ningguang changed the plan and sent me to the chasm instead. I can't be in 2 places at
ご
once.
不満なら日を改めて玉境内に行って訴えたら。
If you're not happy about it, why don't you file a complaint at Eugene Terrace?
天主園に天主園のことを訴えるのか。
And report the Tang Xuan to the Tang
幽
Xuan?
変がいるでしょ。彼女なら分け隔てなく公平に処理してくれるわ。
Actually, I was thinking the Yu Hang. She's not afraid of a confrontation.
無事ならそれでいい。
Forget it. I'll let it go since everyone's fine.
防除旅館はいいところね。
Wangshu Inn is a fine location.
リーエはどこもいいとこ
All
ろ
of
だ。
Leeway is a fine location.
そう
Well
ね。
said.
店長、ビルエビをもう一つちょうだい。小皿で辛いのもつけて。
Boss, another serving of dew dipped shrimp, please. With some dipping spices.
それと、
And 1 almond tofu. She's treating Zhao. Oh.
危機は去ったのに、天主園様はどうして難しい顔をなさっているんで？
Hey, the crisis is resolved. What a long face, Tengshin.
同種と旅人のおかげで無事解決したけれど、危機の原因は未だにわからない。
Thanks to Director Hu and a traveler, disaster was averted, but we still do not know what caused the crisis in the first place.
情報通の船長なら、ナタでも最近、地脈と人命に関わる大事が起きたことを知っているでしょ。
I know you're well informed, Captain, so I trust you're aware of aware that recently the nation of Natlan has recently endured some major events relating to the ley lines, and to no issue of life and death.
関連しているんじゃないかしらと思って。
It makes me wonder whether these events might somehow be connected on a deeper
そ
level.
れなら、リーユエとナタ以外でも起きるはずだな。各地の知らせに注目するよう仕事仲間に伝えとくよ。
If they are, then this will be bigger than just Leeway and Natlan. I'll send word to my business partners and keep an eye out for any similar incidents in the other nations.
今はそういう懸念は一旦しまっておけ。せっかくの祭りなんだから。
Right now, though, I say put those worries to one side and focus on enjoying these stunning sights before they disappear for another year.
もちろん。私が国生のように休みなく働くような人間に見える。
Of course, you don't need to teach me about work-life balance. I am no Kaching. Wow, you just insulted
ならどうして
Kaching!
未だにその使い古したかんざしを指してる？私の分で新
Is
しい
that
のでも
right?
買えって言っただ
Well, then
ろ。
why are you still wearing the same old hairpin? Didn't I tell you to use my pay to buy yourself a new one?
北斗船長の報酬だもの。何度も確認しないと手出しできないわ。誰かさんが約束を取り消して私
I
をから
wouldn't
かおうとし
dare
てたら
touch
大
Captain
変よ。
Beto's Mora without final confirmation. What if you'd been speaking in jest? I'd never hear the end of it.
あんたってやつはどうしても私に選んでもらわなきゃ気が済まないってか？
Do I really have to pick one out for you?
行くぞ。
Alright,
市場を
suits me.
回ってみようぜ。
Let's go take a stroll through the
あ
fair.
ら、いつからそんな気遣いができるようになったのかしら。
Well done. When did our straight-talking captain learn to read between the lines? Hmm,
無駄口はよしね。
that's enough. Are you coming or not?
行くのか
It's
行かない
time
の
for a
か。
date.
付き合ってあげてもいいわ。
Beto and Ningguang go on a date. Still working on you? Sorry it's been so busy.
国生さん。いえ、大したことはしていませんよ。今回は全部旅人さんと同主様が解決してくださったので。
Huh? Oh, ka-ching. No, it's fine. Nothing out of the ordinary. Traveler and Director Who are the real stars this year.
自分を過小評価しすぎよ。あの二人はもちろん一番の立役者だけど。
That's no reason to diminish your own contributions. Of course they were the biggest
私たち
heroes.
だってみんなからの信頼に応えることが
But
でき
we
たじゃない。
played our part, and
総
played
務
it
省の
well.
仕事早かったでしょ。
The Ministry of Civil Affairs responded at record speed, did we not?
確かに表向き今回の事件は当時の魔人の災いほどではない。でも本当に危機が勃発したらどうなってたかわからないわ。
Even though on the surface this incident looks negligible compared to the disasters of the Archon War, it was a very close call. Things could have been unimaginably worse had we not found a solution.
そうですね。そういえば、ずっと疑問に思ってたことがあるんです。
You're
あ
right.
の八問七問の陣というものは、
Actually,
血
I
海艇
have
の
a
資料でも見
question
たことがありません。
about the 7 and 8 gates method we ended up using. How come I've never seen any records of it in the Yuhua Pavilion
由
before?
来が知りたいのね。あれは行幸が作ったものよ。
You want to know the origins of the array? Ningguang made the whole thing up. Huh? I'm
冗
joking.
談。あの日この陣について書かれた札がどこからともなく急に玉境内に現れたの。イエランですらその由来は突き止められなかったそうよ。
In truth, a letter with all the critical information suddenly appeared in Eugene Terrace on a day when we needed it. Even Yolan was unable to track down where it had
ど
come
こ
from.
からともなく、行幸様は危険を冒しすぎなのではないでしょうか。
Wait, the info appeared out of thin air? Then wasn't that a bit of a risky strategy on
確
Ningguang's
かに
part?
危険そうに感じるけど、よく考えれば理屈はわかるわよ。
It may appear that way, but if you think about it carefully, everything slowly starts to make
リー
sense.
ウ全体で考えてみて。危機を察知し、秘宝にも詳しい。玉境内でイエランの調べをすり抜けて、私たちを助けられる方なんて。
How many people in all of Leeway could know about both the crisis and the secret art while also possessing the ability to deliver a letter without leaving a trace?
まさか師匠たちが。
You mean Master and her friends?
なるほど。
One was very generous.
王城堂のあの小娘、大したものだったな。
That young lass from the Wangsheng funeral parlor is rather
以前
impressive.
帝君があそこで滑稽とやらをしていたから興味は持っていたのだが、今になってあの方の真意が分かった。
One's curiosity was piqued when Rex Lapis chose to serve as her consultant, but only now does one understand the true intent behind his decision.
全くその通りだが、龍雲釈風がこれほど称賛するとは実に珍しい。
Agreed, and yet what a rare delight it is to hear such effusive praise from you, Cloud Retainer.
珍しいとは？
Rare? Pray elaborate a little
今
further.
までであれば、あの小娘も確かに腕は立つな。だがしかし、わらわの神格と玩具も遠からずだ。とでも言っていただろう。
In the past, you may have uttered something to the tune of this. Though the last displays a measure of talent, it is nothing more than Shenhe Ganyu could have achieved if placed in the same circumstances.
わらわは何につけても自分の子たちばかりあげる輩だったか？あの小娘はこれほどのことを成し遂げたのだから、多少は褒めてもよかろう。
One would never deride others as a means of praising one's own children. The Wangsheng lass displayed great determination and fortitude. Does that not make her deserving of a few words of praise?
もちろんじゃ。理由へこに長く住んでおるとな。王城道は代々英才を輩出しているとよくわかる。
It certainly does, and she's not the first. I've lived in Liyue Harbor for a long time now, and I can tell you that the Guangsheng Funeral Parlor has produced generation upon generation of outstanding directors.
家人の言う通りだ。かつてあの魔人トートと我らは敵でも友でもなかった。あやつが主情を気にかけ、有名を平定するために甘んじて廉価していなければ。
Street Ward Rambler speaks true. The god Taodo was not our friend, but neither was he our enemy. Had he not cared greatly for all living things and volunteered to sanctify himself to pacify the underworld,
8機どころか8戦が来たとて、とうとうどうすることもできなかっただろう。その後、自らを教会と化し、主情に守られてきたとは、実に感慨深い。
not even 8 Adepti would have been able to overpower him, much less the 8 Adepts. When he became the Border, he likely never imagined that mortals would preserve and maintain his new form this far into the future.
いまだにあの王城堂の小娘の名も知らない。
With all that said, I realize the name of the young lady from the funeral parlor is still unknown to me.
はフ名はタオという。
The director's surname is Hu, and her given name is Tao.
風は何と書く。
Hu. Ah, as in our word for butterfly, yes?
古い月と書いてフ
No.
うろんの
Hu, as in
ふざ
mischief
ける
タオ
maker.
は何だ。
Then Tao must likely be the Tao that means mischief in our tongue?
トートのトーでタオだ。
No. In fact, it is the same Tao as appears in
胡
Taodo.
蝶の子にトートのトーと書いて、コウタ。
Ah, so Hu as in butterfly,
名は体を表す。
and Tao as in Taodo. A fine name, fitting indeed.
違う、フータウだ。ふざけるのふだとおっしゃったであろう。
No, Hu as in mischief maker. Incessant pestering and wanton gluttony.
なんだ、ちょっと場を盛り上げただけじゃないか。そんなうろんな目で見るでない。
He's getting jealous. I say, I was merely trying to liven up the mood. Why is Hu Tao permitted to make mischief while I am not?
ウザンウ水神君にでも解明したらどうだ。
The clue is in the name. If you wish to change yours from Mountain Shaper to Mischief Maker, be my guest.
さあさあ、お茶を召し上がれ。テイ君が警察から持ち帰ってくださった刻ん霊画じゃ。
Why not have
珍しい
some
ものじゃ
tea?
からこの木を逃すでないぞ。
This is a rare spirit sprout, cultivar, that Rex Lapis brought back all the way back from Chinsa Village. It'd be a shame to miss
来
out.
年も美味しいお茶が飲めるといいの。
May there be more good tea to share in the coming year. I am sure there shall be. Who's next? No one is next. And with that, Lantern rites for Genshin 2025 has finally been completed. Thank you all for joining, and I hope you enjoyed the Lantern rites just as much as I did. I look forward to the next one, and many more adventures just like this.